Did you guys realize that Chilli and Bandit have a favorite daughter? What? That's right, folks, and it's exactly who you're thinking of. Bingo! And we're not just saying this for fun. There's a lot of evidence proving that Bingo is indeed the favorite daughter. And before you rush to the comments saying, "No, Bluey is the favorite because she's the main character," hold your dog biscuits, my canine friend. Let me show you some proof as to why Bingo is the favorite. But before we start, a huge shout out to everyone that knew Bluey and Muffin's middle name in our community post. Shout out to T-Pompey25, Military Chica 07, and Sarah Walker. Guys, you can't deny it. Bingo won us over from the very beginning. She didn't turn out to be that typical annoying kid you never want to see again. Not at all. She's so chill and sometimes even too sensitive. In fact, the first reason that makes Bingo Bandit and Chilli's favorite is that she has an ace up her sleeve. How do we know? Well, first of all, Bingo has that special talent for tugging at your heartstrings. I know. Bluey is super independent. She does her own thing. But Bingo, oh boy. Bingo is very smart, incredibly mature, and super tidy. Doesn't that already give her a huge advantage? I'm sure many of us would love to have a Bingo around. There are also plenty of examples showing that Bingo prefers to be calm and is very intellectual. We've seen her reading astronomy books several times while Bluey is spinning out of control. And even though she's younger than Bluey, she seems to understand lessons much faster, while Bluey tends to throw tantrums instead. What's great is that Bingo isn't spoiled or bratty. She's always reflecting and learning. She's not like Muffin, who gets everything she wants and still treats everyone like garbage. Another reason why Bingo is the favorite of her parents is this. Remember that episode where Bingo gets sick? What do Chilli and Bandit do? They drop everything they're doing, even dinner, to make sure little Bingo is well taken care of. They even put on a whole play to cheer her up. Chilli and Bandit care so much about her health that they even give her gluten-free food, as we saw in Daddy Drop-Off. And what happens when Bluey is sick? Right, they give her some juice and tell her to get some rest. Coincidence? I think not. You might think it's because Bluey is older and that's why Bingo gets more attention. But come on, Bingo is a great sister, daughter, and even an excellent friend. She's proven this many times with Leela. Bingo is not the type of kid to criticize or be jealous of others. She genuinely feels happy when Leela does well. Like in the Pass the Parcel, Bingo was super happy for Leela. Another reason we believe Bingo is the favorite is that she brings the perfect balance to the healer family. Just think about it. Bluey is like a whirlwind of energy, and sometimes she can be a bit much. She never stays still. Meanwhile, Bingo is calmer, more observant. She's the one who keeps the balance in the healer household. She's like that sibling who never causes trouble and always shows up on time for dinner. And let's be honest, in real life, what kid doesn't become the favorite when they're well behaved? Remember the Mini Bluey episode, where Bluey couldn't even organize her books despite being the oldest? While Bingo always keeps her things tidy, and even Chilli recognizes that. Or you're telling me you'd prefer a Muffin in your life, huh? Something else that's really important is that we know Bingo is super sensitive, and this became very clear in various lessons, like when she's left out of games, when Bandit is a bit too harsh, or when she feels inadequate. Chilli, Bandit, and even Bluey are always there to comfort her. We've seen this in many episodes, like Butterflies, Dance Mode, Yoga Ball, and Fairies. In the last one, they even created a whole scene of humiliation just so Bandit would apologize to Bingo for yelling and hurting her feelings. See what I mean? And what about Bluey in Mini Bluey? Not a single lousy apology from Chilli or Bandit, even though they hurt her feelings too. In that episode, it was pretty much confirmed that Bingo is the favorite. Chilli herself admitted that it'll be great to have 2 Bingos. There's no denying it. And something needs to be made clear. If you're the older sibling, you know what I'm talking about. Parents always seem to give more attention to the younger sibling. And since Bingo is the little one, she's already won the game. Bluey is lucky that Bingo is not toxic, or poor Bluey would be getting smacked left and right. But still, the favoritism from Chilli and Bandit is so obvious you can almost smell it. Haven't you ever noticed that when Bandit or Chilli play, Bingo always gets more cuddles, more hugs, and more attention? Now, let's not get it twisted. We're not saying Bluey isn't loved, far from it. But Bingo has something special, and that something is what I call the silent charm. She doesn't need to be the loudest, the fastest, or the most creative. She's just Bingo. Bingo's mere presence brings you peace. It's like when you finally get home after a long day, and all you want to do is to wrap yourself in a blanket and watch movies. Well, Bingo is that blanket. And now let's look at the key episodes where it's crystal clear that Bingo is the favorite. One of those episodes is Sleepytime. Remember it? Chilli and Bandit literally do everything they can to ensure Bingo has an amazing experience while she's asleep. They read her stories, Chilli stays with her until she falls asleep, and they're always looking out for her. But when Bluey wants something, they send her packing. Yeah, I know that Bingo is a younger one, but just because you're a bigger kid doesn't mean you no longer need hugs and attention. You can even ask SpongeBob about this.
No matter how grown up you get, you will always be my little baby boo.
Another key episode is Handstand. Here, they threw Bingo a birthday party with a big duck cake and tons of treats. Who else gets a huge party like that? When have we ever seen Bluey's birthday party? I bet they don't even remember when her birthday is. And after all this, are you still going to tell me that Bingo is not the favorite? And if you're still not convinced, in the episode Promises, Chilli and Bandit only talk about Bingo. Seriously, just watch the episode, and every time when Chilli and Bandit are talking, it's just Bingo did this, or Bingo that. What about Bluey? Or is Bingo their only daughter? Another piece of evidence is in the episode Hammerban. Only Bingo gets everything she wants. She gets every object first, her gnome husband, and Chilli pretty much pampers her more than Bluey. Sure, maybe the lesson is about teaching Bluey that she can't always have what she wants. But come on, they're kids! How hard would it have been to give them the same thing so they wouldn't have a bad time? And to top it off, poor Bluey always gets stuck with the Bandit's stinky farts right in her face. They never fart on Bingo. Now you see the difference? Or what about the episode Perfect, where Bingo made a drawing for Chilli, and Chilli takes his drawing to put it on the fridge. And what happens? She puts Bingo's drawing on top of Bluey's drawing. Even Bluey felt heartbroken because of that. Well, to sum it all up, Bingo is the favorite daughter, because she has that emotional charm. She's the perfect balance in the family, and even though it's not always obvious, the family dynamics scream that she takes the gold. But of course, Bluey is amazing too. It's just that Bingo has that special touch that Chilli and Bandit can't resist. So if you ever felt like the favorite younger sibling, Bingo represents you. And if you're the older sibling, well, sorry, you're Bluey in this story. And well, that's the end of the video. Let me know in the comments if you also think Bingo is the favorite, or if you completely disagree with this idea. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with all your friends who love Bluey.